Hi friends, it's Nick Speaks, and today I'm meeting a student, Anastasia. And Anastasia has just taken IELTS, an international English exam, for the third time. So I'm going to ask Anastasia questions about this exam, and hopefully you're gonna benefit from her experience. Hi Anastasia.
Hi.
That's a very beautiful day today, and it's the 20-something of May, or the 20th of May.
Yeah, it's maybe 19.
Yeah, and the weather is beautiful and stuff, but you were like spending so much time on IELTS. Why?
Yeah, so actually I had super aim to enroll in a course at university to study business with artificial intelligence. So, and one requirement was to pass IELTS, and the required band is six points, like that. So it's B2 level. For the first time I passed IELTS, if I'm not mistaken, at 6.5, yeah. And actually I could already enroll in a course. However, I decided to prepare more and more and achieve 7.5. So, and 2 times I passed IELTS, so like 6.5, yeah. Yeah, 6.5, and this, for the third time I decided so it is the last one and I should pass it at 7 points.
Mm-hmm. So that's a very dramatic story about different IELTS bands.
Yes.
But why are these bands so important for you?
So firstly, it is a better understanding of their lectures and in general better understanding of their English, like in general, yes. And moreover, when you study for the higher band, you learn many things. Like firstly, it's vocabulary. You always expand it within every day. Moreover, you improve your listening skills and for sure, like reading skills. And within like every day of preparation, you will get better and better. So, for example, in comparison with the first IELTS, I remember the process of watching different lectures, like for example TED Talks or BBC, something like that. I understood maybe like I don't know, 50% of everything. Of course, I got the main idea, and that's all. And now I understand everything, like everything what the lecturer can say.
Okay. But why IELTS? Couldn't you have chosen some other exam?
So of course I have such possibility to choose another one. However, IELTS, I need IELTS for university. So, and for sure I want to show like my super high band and to show that I'm super good student and so on. So that's why it's important for me. Maybe for others it's like completely futile, like for what I have 6 points and that's all. But I want to be like the best student. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Okay, right. But can you tell us the whole story of your learning foreign languages? Is English your first foreign language?
Yeah, English is my first foreign language, and if I'm mistaken, I have been studying for 11 years from the first form of my school, and for sure I have never had such aims to enroll on the international university, and also I didn't think that I was studying English. Like for me, it was like I don't know, like disaster. How it's possible, and so on. And for sure, my English at school was, I would say, like appalling. It was awful. It's really awful because teachers actually don't care. You have like grades, so study at school, and that's all. Yeah, and
do you mean that you were among the top students, and that's why teachers didn't pay as much attention to you as you expected, probably?
Yes, because at school it's really easy to get good marks, and I don't know, it's like conventional belief. Yeah, so
Anastasia is using some of the phrases that we studied, like it's a conventional belief, it's
Yeah.
a common phenomenon, etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
futile.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Right.
And I decided to enroll in a course in Poland maybe 2 years ago.
Hold on, they speak Polish there, don't they?
Where in Poland?
In Poland.
Yeah, sure. They speak they speak Polish. Yes.
Not English.
Yes, but I decided to study in English because for me it is much more beneficial because it's completely another opportunities in Europe. So I decided to study in Poland 2 years ago, and maybe I had different hesitations to either learn Polish or English, and then I switched to for sure English. Yeah, and I prepared for 1 year. Yeah, for 1 year.
You mean you studied Polish for 1 year, or
no? I studied English for 1 year, exactly for the IELTS.
Okay, IELTS preparation.
Yeah, IELTS preparation. Yes.
Yeah, so meaning that you've started last winter, yeah?
I started last summer.
Okay.
Yeah, last summer.
Yeah.
In August, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yes, less than 1 year.
Okay.
And if I'm mistaken, I had not a high level of English. It was B1 plus. It was awful English, really, for me.
No, it was not. It was all...
Yeah, for sure,
I'm
it's
sure.
not. But
Anastasia is exaggerating, of course.
yes, as always, yeah. But I understood that it's not enough for studying at international university in English. Yeah. So I found a tutor. It was not Nick. It was another woman, and we studied online. Because it was summer and it is vacation, so I didn't have such possibility to stay at home in Minsk permanently. We studied for, if I'm mistaken, 3.5 months. Yeah, and we studied all aspects of IELTS, reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Yeah, for sure. I passed it at band 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah, and all indicators were higher than 6.
Okay.
Afterwards, it was 2 weeks, and I understood that no, I want to have better marks, and I found Nick. It was in winter. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
In winter.
Yeah.
In December, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and before you say that, why didn't you continue studying with that particular tutor online?
So firstly, she's preparing students only for IELTS, not other exams, only particularly IELTS. Yeah, and also I would say that I didn't find her, I don't know, super successful teacher. I don't know why, but maybe just personality that wasn't common to mine. And it's all. And also online studying for me. So I returned from all my vacations, from Warsaw, from different countries, and I understood that I will be in Minsk for these 3-4 months, exactly. And I decided that online it's not as interesting as studying in reality. Yeah.
In person.
Yeah, in person.
One-to-one, yeah.
Yes. So it's communication. It's much more better than watching at the screen. And that's all. Yeah.
Okay, right. And then you came across, I think, my website or something, yeah? So you found me, and
yes.
You decided to study with me, right?
Yes. I googled just Minsk IELTS preparation.
Okay.
So
okay, you find me.
But actually, I didn't watch your videos.
Okay.
It's all. I didn't watch anything. Just to get acquainted with you by online. So I decided just to meet and decide will we continue study or no.
Yeah, right. So such decisions, whether to hire a tutor or a teacher, people mostly take offline. So it's quite difficult to understand whether the teacher is successful or not when you just see pictures and videos. Yeah.
Actually, so it depends. For sure, it's difficult to understand the qualities of traits of character or the expertise of the teacher online, because it can be recorded like for several times. It's like difficult to understand, and when you meet with a person, you have clear understanding that yes, firstly it's common personalities, it's clear, maybe easy communication, and and then your maybe the process of studying, because for me the best indicator of a good tutor is the remembering of everything after classes. For example, after our classes, I remember everything, like all words.
You mean the takeaways? So what you can take away after the class?
Yes. For example, when it is like academic English, it's I think it's much more difficult in comparison with general English, and specific words, specific vocabulary, and it's difficult to remember. And sometimes you meet with tutor, or for example, let's take online classes. You are studying, so on, but you can lose this concentration, and in the reality, it's more difficult to lose this concentration.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, firstly because of tricky questions of tutor sometimes. Yeah.
Can you specify? I didn't get it.
For example, when you, when you see that I lose my concentration a little bit, I just don't listen to you, or I think about I don't know, everything but not about English.
Yeah.
You can ask me like, it is this or this, and the correct
Like an
answer.
alternative question.
Yes. And the answer is the third. Like you should think.
That's true. That's what I do, but it's not. It's like very often I do it on a like daily basis with many students. I just ask them a question and give an alternative answer, and both of alternatives are not true.
Yes. Yeah.
just to like check the critical thinking skills, so whether it's the student like thinks like logically, etc.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's really the best option to check students.
Like how in the student is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how in the moment.
Yes. How maybe how he or she gets this information.
All right. Yeah, like perceiving information, like taking it in. Yeah, right. Probably that's what you meant by the difference of your English before this study and after this study is like it's more academic now. So like the principles, the organization of information, for example, in typical texts and lectures, etc. So now, can you say that you have a like a better structured view, or like a better understanding of the whole like information flow? No?
Certainly yes. Firstly, because with my previous tutor, we had just like templates of different essays, and I wrote essays by just example, like I don't know, example of my tutor, and that's all. So I didn't.
Like a copycat.
Yes, something like that. Of course, there are different topics, but the same template, and it doesn't show your real English skills, for me it was the best option for organizing this essay for the first time, because I have never written such essays. So, and there were very different topics, and I just took this template and just copy everything. Of course it was useless in some way. So afterwards, while we studied with Nick, so the main tasks, the main exercises we did on getting main idea. Firstly, like from reading, from listening, from everything, and also from writing, because it is I think the best skill that students can have. And for sure now, in comparison with autumn, for example, when I passed my first IELTS, I understand everything much more better. Like, firstly, it's confidence in my speech, because I really don't care. I speak easily, like with flying colors, or it's correct.
Flying? No, it's about exams actually, like flying colors.
Okay.
Like you don't actually care.
So it's confidence, like just confidence. So, and secondly, organizing. Yes, organizing. let's take for example essays. I can easily define my idea from the topic, and easily try to imagine arguments or I don't know solutions, reasons, and so on. Like it's like 1 minute, and I can easily structure the essay, like to write this plan. So for me it was like a disaster to write the plan, because I couldn't imagine these ideas, at least ideas, and I was sitting at the table and try to imagine these ideas for 1 hour, like just to structure the essay. Yeah, now it's like 1 minute and that's all. Yes, and the essay is over. Yeah.
No.
Not the essay is finished. Yes, like the structure is finished. Yes.
I'm so happy that you're saying that, because it's the number one issue of every student, not just an IELTS candidate, but also a school graduate or university alumni or alumnus, single.
Yes.
Yeah. And I remember myself struggling with essays, because academic reading was not clear for me. And like at that time, before I started getting acquainted with also all these like principles, I didn't get like the whole idea of writing essays. I thought at first that you just write a lot of like beautiful words and you impress your teacher, and until she lets you go.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
in fact, like probably it happens at
Typical.
school.
Yeah, for sure. Like you're studying for marks, not for knowledge.
And well, I'm happy to hear that like now you have very clear understanding of like what to do, like step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like your essay is done. I mean, like your essay is written, and these are the checkpoints, and this is how you improve your vocabulary, your grammatical structures, etc.
Yes. Yes. Also, as far as reading is concerned, for me,
Oh yeah, reading.
Reading. It's yes, it's the most struggling like section in IELTS. For me.
Sorry for interrupting. Can you say that it was your weakness in terms of academic reading skills?
Yes, it was. I don't know. It was the hugest weakness. Yes, yes. I don't know why. Actually, I don't know why, because I read books in English and non-fiction books with academic vocabulary and so on, and I understand everything. However, when it comes to reading IELTS, it's awful, really. I had many problems with it, and we also tried to improve it. We did many exercises and so on. Maybe later I came to realize that I just don't like it. I can't bear this reading, and that's why it's difficult for me. Because in comparison with listening, for example, in comparison with speaking, when you sit and just listen to the to the audio, it's much more easy than reading this passage and to understand this paraphrasing, these tricky points, tricky questions. Secondly, it is just uninteresting topics. It's just personal. Yeah, and it was a great weakness.
To recap, your specific weaknesses in exam, exam areas like reading or speaking, they are psychological.
I think
in
yes.
my view, it's like what I personally feel, because some people, for example, hate speaking or hate something. So what is hate? It's some psychological thing based on some events of the past, which left some like negative emotions, and that's why you experience difficulty with that.
Yes, it's really true, because I just didn't like it, and I still don't like it, really. And I don't know, it's just an interesting topic here. For example, in comparison with books, let's take a brief history of tomorrow. It's really interesting. You're reading it for like several hours. You can't stop yourself, and you highlight main ideas and so on. It's really interesting, and it's also academic English. It's non-fiction. It's like business literature, and then when it boils to IELTS, yes, it was difficult because to reading about building of fortresses, different bees, different colors, I don't know, gold in your clothes, or about history. It's interesting, yeah.
But I don't expect each passage in IELTS because it's just an English exam, right?
Yes.
It's not supposed to be an entertainment procedure. You're not going to a circus or a theatrical performance, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. But actually, I think that for sure, IELTS is IELTS shows your English skills, yes, but it's important to have prior knowledge, I think, a little
Yeah.
bit, yes, because
Right.
it's when you have prior knowledge, for you it's much more easier to pass it, yeah, and your ideas become more complex, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get it. Can you
more
elaborate?
more difficult, yes. For example, when you know something about, let's take obesity.
Okay.
Yeah, so typical topic of IELTS.
Yeah, right.
You know something about obesity, and you know maybe scientific facts. You know something from science, yeah, and you just try to recall it at the exam, and it will be easier for you to write arguments, for example, or to read about obesity too, because you know that there is fat, there is food, and so on, and you just have prior knowledge, and you can easily understand the main idea.
Okay, let me paraphrase if you don't mind.
Yes.
As far as I understood, it's a good idea to have prior knowledge on the topic in general. So, by watching documentaries, watching the news, or reading extensively on the topic that you expect to encounter at the exam. For example, the problem of obesity, or obesity shaming, or different fats, and all these GMO products, like foods that
Yes.
are marketed currently. So when you expect this to face you at the exam, so then you do the reading, the listening on the topic, and chances are you're going to find the same vocabulary, the same synonyms and expressions, and it's not going to be something absolutely new, no surprises. You're going to be fully prepared to understand it much quicker.
Yeah.
That's what it
Yes.
is.
Yes.
All right.
That's my idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Let's go through the structure of the exam in general. So, how does it happen? First, you register online. Then they text you, or then they send you an email. So you need to show up with your passport. So what happens next?
So I should clarify a little bit. So firstly, you registrate in the site of IELTS Council. So then you come to the office, pay, yeah, and then so at once you have three mails, confirmations that you already registered. So, and 1 week before the exam you get a new mail with time of this exam, and in most cases it's 2 days. First day is speaking, the second one is all writing parts. Yeah, so then you just come to the exam.
Welcome.
Welcome to English classes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Does it start with speaking or writing?
yeah, for sure it depends on the email, because sometimes students have speaking exam after all writing parts. Sometimes they have Friday, it is the day of speaking. For example, my time was 2 p.m. something like that. I was the last one who passed it twice. Yeah. Saturday is usually the day of writing. Yeah. Firstly it is listening. Second part is reading. Yes, and the last one is writing.
Okay. I think the quickest thing is speaking, because How much time does it take? Like an hour?
No,
Okay, I'm kidding.
no, so it takes usually like 12 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, like 15 it's impossible really, because if I'm not mistaken, the second IELTS it was like 10 minutes, because
Okay.
I was the last one, and I suppose the examiner was exhausted really, and she didn't care and decided to finish this interview as soon as possible.
I'm sure you're exaggerating. Sorry for my interrupting you. I'm sure it was just enough for the examiner to give you marks. The examiner,
yes,
it was not like that, like she didn't care or something, like go away, come again another day. No, no, not like that. Like
Yeah, for sure.
no monkey business.
Yeah, they professional teachers. Yeah, they for sure they can't just I don't know decided to finish this exam because they don't care. Yeah, for sure no.
Go away.
Yes, yeah, it was enough. But in comparison with first IELTS and the third one, it was I don't know, like not as fast as another ones. Yeah. So and the third and actually the main point that in all three exams in speaking part, I had the same topic in the speaking part 1. The same. It was about your accommodation, rural area. The same, like 3 times.
I'm sorry. I think you are not supposed to talk about that according to the terms of the agreement with the exam center.
Why?
So you cannot reveal the topics of a specific. Like, so you can say in general,
Yes.
but you cannot say which specific topic on which day like was there at the center.
Is it the rule?
As far as I know.
Because in all platforms, like for example, let's take Liz IELTS, something like that.
Yeah.
Like she always writes topics from, for example, from essays, from speaking, and she just has like specific
Dates?
Not dates, but just the plan. Like I don't know, like the Word file where is several topics, and then she has her own forum where students write topics that they received.
Okay, right.
Yeah, but actually, accommodation rural area is also general, because she or he will ask you like many different questions that are connected with this topic. Yeah, but actually, it is almost the same at every exam.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sorry, let's go back. So first, it's listening.
Yes.
So as we know, there are 4 parts in listening, is it not?
Yes, 4 parts. Yeah.
Yes. Is it from general to specific or vice versa?
It's from general to specific, yes. But actually, I think that it's all specific.
All specific?
Yes.
Okay.
Because let's take, for example, for the first part, it's usually like numbers, surnames, I don't know, like maybe price. So for some people it's easy, for some it's not, because sometimes they are really fluent in speaking. For example, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's like it's easy to understand, but they will say like double 2, and it will be like not clear. Yes, and I think it's all specific, like numbers, dates.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes they give like audios from spoken by like speakers of, I don't know, like South African English or some like very like foreign like weird accents.
Yes.
Did you face that?
Actually, like fortunately, I faced in most cases I faced normal English speech.
Okay.
I don't remember that I had
Some weird accents.
Yes, maybe I didn't.
It's good.
Maybe because I was too concentrate on these IELTS papers that I just didn't care really. It doesn't matter. I should just get this main idea, and that's all. So personally, the second part of IELTS is the easiest, because in most cases it's multiple choice, but it depends. But
You mean of listening?
Of listening, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, multiple choice, and actually questions are easy, and also ABC, like this test, multiple choice,
Yeah.
it's also easy.
Right.
Like several words, and you will not spend too much time before audio to read everything. So it's easy to understand all questions and all options that you should choose. Yeah.
All right. And the toughest part of listening is probably numbers 4 or 3.
So for me, the fourth part is the easiest because you see the text and you understand the sentence, and afterwards the speaker just he or she will paraphrase it a little bit, but it's easy to write this correct word, really easy. And but I face difficulty with spelling.
Okay.
Because sometimes I understand that it's exactly this word, yes, but I don't know how to write it really.
How to spell it?
Yeah, how to spell it? Yeah, or I just I heard it, but I just don't know the meaning. Yes, it's also possible, and you will write it just like by intuition, and that's all. Yes, it's also possible. Yeah, for me, the most difficult part was maybe the third, because it's sometimes it divided into two parts. For example, on one side it can be like if I'm not mistaken, for example, ABCD and numbers, where you should like mention the correct
multiple choice questions.
Maybe
Like
yes.
the question and then A, B, C, D, like 4 answer choices.
No.
Okay.
For example, let's take, if I remember this from IELTS, for example, it was about exercises in the gym. Like first exercise is for upper strength body, this exercise is for your legs, and I should, for example, let's take 21 number, I forget. So okay, for example, the 21 question, yes, it's like gym, I don't know, specific gym, yeah, and or specific trainer, and there will be like a table with A, B, C, D, E, and so on, with exact like training sessions. For example, this for upper strength body, and you should mention like in this gym or this trainer is for this. Did you get this idea or no? I just
I think it's like you experience a typical teacher's difficulty to explain something.
Yeah, yes.
So now you can say that I walked the teacher's shoes like after this interview.
Yes. So
let's move on. I'm sure the
yeah.
like those candidates who preparing for IELTS just take a sample IELTS test and you experience it all. So
yeah.
if it's not clear, please ask your questions.
Yes. So
let's move on to reading. Yeah?
Yes, let's turn to yes.
Yeah. So reading is like 1 hour long, right?
Yes, 1 hour. Yes. 1 hour. Yes.
Yeah, and there are 4 passages, right?
No, there are 3 passages.
I'm just I'm pulling your leg. Sorry. Okay.
So 3 passages.
3 passages.
Yes, and in each passage you should spend 20 minutes.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
But the main, the trickiest point that you should also write your answers to the answer sheet, and you don't have enough time for doing this, so you spend like several minutes for transferring these
answers in the answer sheet.
Yes, because you also like over concentrated on this on this answer sheet, and you spend like approximately 3 to 5 minutes on doing this, and also sometimes you can also hesitate a little bit. For example, there is B or A, and you will also try to reread it and so spend some time to transfer just answers.
Yeah, so whatever your level of knowledge, do yoga just to concentrate and just don't hesitate, like forget all the anxieties.
Yes, it's vitally important to reduce exam anxiety, because for example, you see these reading passages and you try to, you're influenced by this panic and over concentrated. It's futile, because you will think more about time, not about your reading really, and at the end of the exam, you will do like everything by intuition, yes, because you will understand that you have like 5 minutes left, and you just don't have this time, and you should transfer your answers, yes, and then it will be like by intuition, yeah.
If you don't mind, I would paraphrase intuition into your most automated reading practice. I mean, the process of answers will be just more automated.
Yes, yes, I agree. Maybe, but also intuition also works.
Okay.
Yes, sometimes. But
It's a fancy word.
yes. However, intuition, it's not. I don't know.
Not futile.
What futile?
Not futile.
No, it's in most
It's
cases
commendable.
It's futile though commendable. Yeah, so because IELTS is not about intuition, yeah.
Okay.
Because you
cannot guess things.
You cannot guess, because there will be the same word in the passage and in the question, so it means that it's not the answer, because IELTS is tricky. It's not as easy as
Well, I wouldn't say it's tricky. I would say that it includes some tricks that stop students from guessing and from using some illegal, maybe non-academic skills, like
Yes.
applying something else, like kind of like, strategies, like in poker, like there are people who kind of like teach this, like, okay, I'll teach you how to win poker.
Yeah.
Yes, like just to eliminate this monkey business.
Yes, I agree. But actually, when you are calm, you will do everything much better and faster.
Okay.
Yeah, and so from my personal experience, the second IELTS, especially reading, was really awful, because we went to the chemistry class to the nearest school to the university where it should be held. Yeah,
Okay.
so it was super weird, and we had also super small watches, and that's all. And our examiner, she was silent during whole exam. She said only 5 minutes left. Transfer your answers, and that's all.
Yeah.
So I was sitting.
Excuse me, what did you expect? Did you expect her to tell anecdotes, or
No, I expected her to tell me.
like every minute?
No, every
Like
minute,
57 minutes
like
left.
40 minutes, 20 minutes.
Ah, okay.
Yes, because
Alright.
from first exam was she told us that 40 minutes left, 20 minutes left, 10 minutes left, 5 and 1 minute left.
Okay.
So it's much easier to maybe for time management. Yes.
All right. Yes, but so you have to be responsible yourself and have this time management, like this clock in your head.
Yes, but when you are over concentrated on your passages, you will not think about time,
Okay.
or you will think about time too much. Yes, it depends.
Okay.
It depends. Yes, because last exam I was super confident, super, I don't know, super calm, and I just came to the reading, just did everything, and forgot it forever. Yeah.
I have an idea to make a pause, because I'm holding this the phone on on my hand. Yeah, right. So please join us in our second part of the video. Thank you for watching.